Okay. Now, how to create a workspace? So, to create a workspace, okay, okay, just hit on create. Then we will be coming here. These are so basically we'll have our subscription and resource group. So as you know, multiple resources are tagged under one resource group. So if we want, we could create a new resource group, and the workspace name, this has to be unique workspace name, and the pricing tier we could give premium, standard, as per and then we don't have to bother much about network encryption or tags, and just hit on review and create, and we'll create the workspace for us. So that is how we create Databricks workspace. So once Databricks, then configuring the workspace settings. Say once we have created the Databricks workspace, we will get a option to we can configure settings like access control, and then connectivity to ADLS. As in by access control, what I mean is we could give add AD groups, and then to the AD group we could add users for access.
So those AD groups are added via Azure, and you are able to basically consume those groups. That's what you're saying, right? Or you have to create those inside here.
Correct. No, we don't have to create those AD groups here. So basically, we have to we have to provide those AD groups inside the workspace, so that the people inside that AD group can access the workspace.
So can you repeat that? So AD groups are going to be created outside, right? That's not, you
Yes.
won't create that inside.
No, we won't be creating that inside. We just have to provide those AD groups, saying that these people need access.
Okay. Is it possible to show that, or is it just because it's a setup, it's not possible?
No, it's not set
Yeah, I
up.
can imagine.
Yeah, these are prod environments. I don't want to mess.
Yeah, sure. No worries. That's fine. So if you can provide some links, like that will be kind of, I just want to look up those things and, just want to be aware of it.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
I
That's
can provide you links. So after the session, I'll be sending a mail with the Databricks notebook. So along with that, I'll include the link as well.
okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. Then in the then yeah, another thing is we can configure our Azure Key Vault as well. As in, the concept of Key Vault, right? So that also we can configure. So yeah, so that is about configuring the workspace settings. Then creating cluster in data. So now that we are here, so this is the Databricks UI. So here we could switch between machine learning or data science and engineering here. Then here workflow, since this is community edition, we don't have this here, but when I'm talking about jobs and all, I'll show you in using my account of how we could schedule jobs, all of that. Yeah.
Okay.
And then so here we're gonna create a database cluster. So basically come here, come in compute. Inside compute we can create a cluster, and cluster name, yeah, -01, and then we will have an option. So since we could select our Spark version, Databricks runtime, all of that, and then we can hit. So here, if you see, we have worker nodes and we have driver nodes. So this entire thing, we call it as a cluster. Along with the worker node and driver node, we call this as cluster. So the cluster is nothing but a group of virtual machines. You can hit and create. Basically, that will create the cluster. And Yeah. Next, to configure the cluster, we will have, so since this is community edition, we are not getting option, but we will have option to set the nodes. As in now, basically nodes are nothing but uh, how, so we run our code on these nodes. So basically nodes are just compute space for us. So we could set the number of nodes that we need. Basically say, let's say by node configuration, what I mean is um, we could set the minimum number of nodes and the maximum number of nodes. So node is nothing but you can think of it as virtual machines on which the code runs. So, and if we enable auto scaling based on the load, it will switch between the minimum number and maximum number. So that is about auto scaling. And then we could Spark configuration, like as we saw here, we can select the Spark version, all of that.